This week I want to talk a little bit about the third sound that vowels can make. I think I've touched a little bit about it, but I want to do a little bit more in-depth kind of discussion about it so you can really get it in your head and thinking about it. So the symbol that is used for this sound is an upside down E. So we've got the short vowel sound, which is shown, and students have learned this. It's shown by the symbol which is called breve. It looks like this. So if we put it over this, then students know that they need to say that vowel sound as short a. However, if they're going to do a long vowel sound, it has what's called a macron on the top. Macron or macron, they might say. The long vowel symbol is this line, and it indicates to the student that they should say it long. However, occasionally there's a third sound. Now, the symbol for it that we use to discuss it is different than the symbol they might see in as they're decoding and things like that. I've seen it with this, and I feel like I've seen it with another symbol, can't recall off the top of my head right now. The symbol that's used in discussions about it and learning about it is an upside down E. And the name of it is Schwa. So when they're decoding, there's 3 sounds that a vowel can make. And they can start to think, okay, I'm going to try it short, I'm going to try it long, and if that doesn't sound right, I'm going to try schwa. So I want to explain a little bit about what schwa is and then give you examples because you all know them. It's just that you learned it and you didn't know the name of it. And we're getting to the point where we need to know the name of it so that we can become proficient readers and writers. And not just say, oh, you just got to know. Why do you have to know? So that you're proficient readers and writers, and gone are the times when our teachers, like when we were growing up, would say, you just got to know it. You just have to learn it. There's a reason. There's a rule. There's a reason. And that's what we're teaching students now. So schwa actually comes from an ancient Hebrew word, which means no vowel sound or emptiness. It's not exactly true. I tell kids that the schwa sound is when a vowel borrows a vowel sound from another vowel, like they're trying it out kind of thing. It's the only phoneme that has its own name, the schwa sound. It doesn't share a name with something else. It's the most common vowel sound in spoken English. I often have students who are like, that's not how it sounds at all. Like, it sounds like this. Why isn't it this vowel? Because it's because of schwa. The vowel's borrowing that sound. It's not how it's spelled. It's not spelled how it sounds because we're saying it with the schwa instead of with its regular sound. It's often referred to as the third vowel sound of the single vowel sounds. So it doesn't work with vowel teams. It's when a vowel's by itself. It's represented by the linguistic upside down E symbol, which I already said, and all the vowels can be used to spell the schwa sound. So I think those are all of the basics of what schwa is. So let me show you a couple words that you know that use the schwa sound, and then you're going to say, oh my goodness. So say this word to yourself. The word is balloon, right? Balloon. That A is not saying ah. It's not saying its short sound, ah. It's not saying its long sound, a. It's saying a third sound. And I tell kids it's borrowing from you. You says but sometimes A borrows it, a balloon, like a go, along, about. When sometimes A is borrowing that sound. Schwa sounds are found in unstressed syllables, meaning like the part that we're not saying with more oomph, right? Balloon, we usually say it like that. We say that first syllable kind of shortened. It's not the biggest part of the word, right? And so that's what happens. This is one that lots of people know. Try that word. So when I was doing training, the trainer said, imagine you're calling that word out like you're calling your dog. And when you call your dog, or the syllables of the name are what you stress the most. So that's how you know if it's stressed or unstressed. Balloon, right? You're calling out the name of the dog on the syllable that you're stressing more. Bacon, bacon, bacon. So in this one, the A is saying A. Bacon. In. What? I don't see an I for in. The O is borrowing the I sound. So schwa doesn't have to be although sometimes people say bake-un, but never bake on, which is the short vowel sound for that O would make their ah. All right. Here's another one that is common for kids to misspell because of it's not spelled like it's not spelled like it sounds. Okay? The word is pilot. You're like, yeah, what do you mean? That sounds right. But we're saying it. Pilot. The pilot flew the airplane very well. There were no bumps. Pilot. It could sound like or kind of like but not ah. We're not saying pilot. Because if I just were to see this word in a sentence, lot, that's how you'd say it. So even chunking this word doesn't work. Because then you're going to get I for an open syllable and lot. Pilot. Huh? No, that's not it. Try it short, try it long, try it schwa. Borrow another vowel sound. Pilot. Okay? Let me try one more. That is one we say a lot here at school, and maybe you might be saying at home as well. This one right here at the bottom. So say that word to yourself. Yeah, focus. We're not saying focused. You says We're saying focused, like an I sound. So use borrowing the I sound from another vowel. So I like to explain to students that schwa is a borrowed vowel sound, not a third. It is a third way that the vowel can say something, but it's not a made up one. It's actually a vowel. It's a sound that another vowel is already making, but in that spelling, it's not making that sound. It's making a different sound. And why is this again? We go back to that vocabulary piece, that morphology. Why are words spelled certain ways? Because they come from other places. They come from other languages. Even the word schwa comes from another language. The idea of schwa comes from another language. So we're all adapting things from other languages, and that's where we get our spellings and a lot of our words. We didn't create these words, but we have to understand them and why they make certain sounds. So while your students are reading, instead of just saying sound it out, which we want them to do, say the sounds, sound it out, we want it to be intentional in terms of understanding the words. All of the students will be learning more about schwa in upcoming units. Teachers will be learning more about schwa in upcoming trainings as well. And so it's important that you're able to support that at home. So when they're reading on their own and they come to where they don't know and they're coming to a vowel sound they don't know, like in pilot, for example, they're going to try it long, pilot. Try it short, pilot. Pilot. That doesn't make sense. Pilot. Still doesn't make sense. Try it schwa. Pilot. Oh, pilot. The more they're used to doing that, the better it is. Now, once they've decoded that, here's a little bonus, extra thing. Tell them to go back to the beginning of the sentence. Now that they've decoded that word they were struggling with, for fluency's sake, go back to the beginning and read that whole sentence with that word in it to help make the meaning and get going again. Because once they've stopped to figure out the decoding of a word, their brain process has stopped a little bit, and we want to go back to making meaning while reading. Reading fluently helps do that. So that's schwa for you. Schwa is it for this week. Have a good one, and as always, if you have questions or concerns, feel free to contact me and let me know.